Thursday, September 8th, the kicks off with the New Orleans Saints, the Green Bay Packers, Super Bowl 45 champions. And here on Turner's Takes, I always get this question all the time. Jake, what's your favorite sport? Well, let me think about that for, half a second. It is football. We are a country that loves the game of football, and I do too. I mean, here's an example, folks. Last Thursday night, here I am, and I'm watching Russell Wilson in his debut for the Wisconsin Badgers against the UNLV Rebels. I'm watching my high school alumni, Lakeville Panthers North versus Eastview. And I'm also listening to Packers preseason with the Chiefs. A Packer preseason game that is so meaningless, but I was having a blast watching because the second team defense was taking it out on the starting offense of the Kansas City Chiefs, who played the entire game. So you got to see here, folks. I love this game. That bearing in mind, it's our first annual Turner's Takes NFL predictions. Now here we go, folks. I'm going to tell you right now. This is my picks. If you got a problem with it, I want you to comment. Or go to Facebook and click on Turner's Takes. Bring it on, folks. If you got enough facts and good points to bring it on, I will put you on the air and I will give you the shout out that you deserve. Now, enough of this stuff here, folks. We've wasted a minute and 45 seconds. We got to get going here. NFL predictions. Let's start with two divisions. One easy, one hard. We'll start with the toughest one, and it was the NFC East. Philadelphia, Washington, Dallas, New York. Philadelphia is going to win the NFC East, and here's why. 11-5 record, they're going to go first. First off, they have one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, and I know I'm going to get poisoned by Cowboys fans for this, but Michael Vick is one of the top 5 best quarterbacks last year. 21 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. You know, bearing in mind the offensive line is such a problem, but if Vick doesn't have a wide open wide receiver, he's so elusive that if he sees a hole, he's going to blast right through it, and he's going to gain about 12-15 yards and get the first down. Ninth passing offense in the NFL. Very impressive. They got Deshaun Jackson, Jerry Maclin, Brett Selleck is going to be doing some wonders here. They got a lot of depth at the wide receiver position. Don't believe me. If wide receiver Chad Hall comes off the practice squad, you'll see what I'm talking about. And don't forget, they also do have a guy out of Florida named Riley Cooper. And now, the 5th best rush offense last year was LaShawn McCoy. Hey, we got to get props where they deserve. Okay, here, folks. Think about this. Sign Ronnie Brown. Injury plagued, understandable, but when he is healthy, this guy is such a force on the goal line. He's good when he gets pounding through on the halfback tosses or the halfback leads, draw plays. This is Ronnie Brown's bread and butter. The guy can get off on a draw so quick that before the defensive end can even try to take a swipe at him, he's well past the cornerback. That's very impressive. Now, bearing in mind here, I want to go to the defense here for a second. The Philadelphia offense was terrific, but the defense was a problem. 14th best pass defense. 15th rush defense. However, they gave up 327 yards last year and 31 touchdowns through the air. Now, Naeem Asamoah is going to make some noise in this league, and so is Asante Samuel and Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. Bearing in mind, though, they're going to need a little time to gel. Philadelphia, 11-5. Washington Redskins, my big dark horse of the year. One of these, I pick 2 every year, and this one is going to go to the Washington Redskins. Now, yes, had problems last year, lots of problems, but the biggest problem was they didn't have a quarterback until I saw the re-emergence of Rex Grossman. 8th pass offense. The guy had 7 touchdowns, 4 interceptions in 4 games. That's pretty good. Rush offense was a big problem last year, but they didn't have a guy named Tim Hightower. Watch this kid in preseason. He ran over the starting Pittsburgh defense like they were tissue paper. The guy averaged at least 6 to 7 yards per carry in the preseason. There's one thing we know about Mike Shanahan. He knows running backs. In Denver, Terrell Davis, Olandis Gary, Mike Anderson, Peyton Hillis. All 4 of those guys had great careers in Denver. When they left, they were never the same, except for Peyton Hillis, who went to Cleveland and is having a good career as of right now. Defense was a huge problem last year. 31st pass defense, 26th rush defense. Enough is enough. They are not going to be the 31st defense. They're going to be one of the best defenses this year. They have built such a young core of players here that I am just flabbergasted at what I'm about to reveal here. We got Ryan Kerrigan out of Purdue. He's going to do some wonders here. You got him on one side. You got Brian Arakpo on the other. You got Rocky McIntosh in the middle linebacker position. Not only that, D'Angelo Hall's coming back. They got Atagwe from St. Louis. He was their best safety last year. He's going to do some wonders here. This defense is so poised and ready to go that I bet you that Washington's defense will end in the top 8 at least. There will not be 387 yards allowed. There will not be 236 points allowed. No way. But this is a team that is still building on the offensive side. Now, I am going to give them the benefit of the doubt. They had 6 wins. We were hearing about 6 wins or less. I'm going to give them the 9. 9-7, Washington. Dallas. This is the most talked about story in Texas. Gee, I wonder why. Because they think that they're America's team. Just my take. I have not believed that the Cowboys are America's team since Troy Aikman hung up his cleats. That is the honest truth. I'm sorry, folks. They have not been able to keep a head coach past 3 years. Jason Garrett is getting his first crack as head coach. However, the pass offense will be lethal. They're going to have Tony Romo back. They're going to have Des Bryant. Des Bryant looked like he matured a little bit this year. Saw a few impressive debuts at Minnesota. I liked it. However, Miles Austin's coming back. Big time, deep threat for Romo. And Romo to Austin, you're going to be hearing Brad Sham say a lot on 105.3 The Fan. You're also going to hear Sean Sharif in New School praise Tony Romo to Miles Austin. And they're going to just love what Felix Jones is doing with the ball here. They're going to take the 16th ranked rushing offense and put that in the top 10 with Felix Jones battling it out here. He's going to do some great things for Dallas, though. However, the defense is a humongous problem. Now, I do understand they brought in one of the Ryans, Rob Ryan, who was making his name known in Arlington. Now, here is the bottom line. Defense, pass defense last year, 26th ranked. They are in trouble right now with this. Terrence Newman is not even healthy, but he's not even that good of a corner. That's the thing. He is one of the worst corners that try to defend the deep ball. Don't believe me? Ask Anthony Armstrong last year. Ask Greg Jennings that question. Hell, even ask Percy Harvin that question. They'll tell you they burned Terrence Newman for everything he had on the deep ball. Mike Jenkins has had one good year. He needs to show something this year. Orlando Scandrick, impressive, yes. But the depth of this secondary is such a problem. I do not doubt if I do not see the Cowboys stay within the top 20 in pass defense. Rush defense is also an issue. We don't know what this defensive line is going to do. They're going to blitz a lot more, and understandable. That's what Rob Ryan does best. He loves to blitz. He loves aggression. But if he picks the wrong formation on a running route, off to the races. The Cowboys are a team in progress. This is a rebuilding year. 6-10 last year. I'm going to give them as much as 8-8, but you know what? They might be able to surprise us. Okay, so don't be a bit surprised on that one. But I just can't buy 27 points allowed last year. 333 touchdowns. 33 touchdowns they gave up across the air. And also 351 yards allowed per game. That is why I'm going to say the tale of two teams is the Dallas Cowboys. Great offense, defense still needs some work. Finally, my surprise. God, I hate to do this to Tom Coughlin. I've been such a supporter of Tom Coughlin for quite some time here, but I can't do it. I can't. New York Giants are going to finish 6-10 this year. Now, Eli Manning, 31 touchdowns, 25 interceptions last year. That's fine. 17 touchdowns rushing. Impressive. Fumbles, they were ranked 5th in fumbles. They were horrible with it. Ahmad Bradshaw was like a fumble machine. I always thought of this word, Fabaruski, Fabaruski, Fabaruski. I just thought of that. Simple as that. Also think about this. Even though the pass offense was ranked 10th, rush offense 6th, impressive. Both of this it's very impressive, absolutely. The offense was ranked 5th last year, 7th for the defense. But the defense lost so much in preseason. They lost Clint Sintum, they lost Jonathan Goff, and they also lost one of the best corners last year that broke out right away, Terrell Thomas. Now we're going to see inconsistent Aaron Ross take over that role. We don't know if Webster is going to be able to stay healthy. We don't know which Antrell role is going to show up. I haven't seen the impressive one that I saw when he was at Arizona, basically tearing it up here. There's just a lot of issues. Osi Umenyiora still out right now. Aside from the holdout, he's injured. So there's a lot of issues there too. Barry Cofield, he's gone. He went to Washington. So I don't think that Coughlin's final year here in New York is going to be a rosy one. They got to give him a 6-10 record. It's not Eli's fault that they got rid of Steve Smith and now Mario Manningham is being trusted to be a deep threat. Absolutely not. He's not cut out for it. And they got Victor Cruz in the slot. He'll do some good things. Hakeem Nicks, though. Watch out for this kid. He's good on the crosses and the slants. If he gets loose, Nicks is off to the end zone. But I really don't see that much happening. The offensive line did a lot of changes this year. So I really think, unfortunately, Giant fans, I got to give the Giants 6-10. But hey, folks, that's just my predictions, okay? If you don't like what you hear, comment on the bottom. Give me your take. Because when I do week 1 flashback next Monday, and if I see some great points by any one of the fans, I'm going to shout it out to you. Now remember, folks, you can go to TurnerSportsZone.com or go to my Facebook page and comment anytime you like. Stories will be there non-stop here. Until next time, this is Jay Turner. The passion for sports never ends at the buzzer.